DMV examiners hate this. One trick, watch before they delete it. The airport, we got a lot going on. We're trying to get the heck out of here. So if you kind of sit back, you'll never get out. Looks like 2 pilots, 3. It's nice to see different pilots, young pilots, female pilots. That's powerful. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move forward. I do not want to back up. So you see this lady looking at me, she's side-eyeing me. So I'm gonna move forward because I'm not gonna play. Because I don't want to get trapped. So the first thing is, do not get trapped where cars are. Leave an open spot and get the heck out. So we're slowly rolling up. I'm gonna get behind this big Wagoneer because I don't want to get trapped. We're at the airport. This is Metro Airport. This is LAX. It doesn't matter. Get moving. What is this truck doing? You got to be assertive out here. If you're not assertive, you're going to get trapped. And I've seen people get trapped. I've seen emergencies happen, and we're not about that lifestyle. I'm looking around because I don't want to get trapped. And when you're driving, leave an opening. Okay, so I'm going here. I'm not playing. Okay, you see what I did? I was assertive. I'm not disrespectful to people, but I'm assertive. And if you're not assertive, you will fail your test. We want to keep things moving. We want to be aware. All right. They're from Vegas. All right. If you don't know how to read traffic, you're going to end up getting lost. And when you get to new cities, you're going to have tremendous anxiety. Detroit, Iowa, California, Illinois. So you've got to kind of calm yourself. I don't know why these 4-ways are on, and I really don't like this. They must have heard me and cut them off. I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults and teens how to drive. We're at a metro airport. We want to go at the speed limit. We want to stay away from cars because people will panic and just back up or turn around. You saw me drop off a client and then we're back on the road. We're going to hit major traffic in the metro area. So I'm going to give you some advice, tips, best practice, help you. We filled up this morning at about 5:45 a.m. Sucked. I had to get up. If you can fill up the night before, do that. So every minute counts. We were able to get to the airport pretty easily. We had to drive a little bit fast. We had to drive around cars. A lot of cars were tailgating and very aggressive driving. So you want to kind of back off from that and not have road rage. It's really easy to have road rage. You get triggered. Some people do stupid stuff. A stupid thing is them cutting you off. They'll cut you off with the blinker and then look at you. And you're like, why don't you just leave me alone so I can just drive and be patient? Like this construction, this is the trigger. Because we're not used to this, and this gets us out of our routine. I dropped my client off. They're headed to Texas for a real estate training, and we'll talk about that, and we'll get some information. But when you're driving to airports, it is a panic because there's always pressure to get here, to get on time. TSA has got to pat you. Some of you will be pulled out randomly for a cavity search, which is totally disrespectful. And you see all this. If you've ever been to the airport, you understand the pressure it is. And occasionally people do get lost. So you got to know where the heck you're going. It's not going to be like Home Alone. Like you left your loved one at home. It does happen. Try to stay to the open lane and give yourself a chance to reorientate yourself with these signs so you know what the heck's going on. I'm operating on about 4 hours of sleep. I don't recommend this. Sometimes you have to do this. Packing, getting ready, servicing the car. I'm trying not to tailgate and leave ample room. They're just tapping their brakes for nothing. That's what a lot of drivers do, and it's very frustrating. There are some Ford vehicles that have very sensitive brakes, and that really message, you see, they're about to crash. They're doing dumb stuff. You'll see hilarious and dangerous things going on all the time, so you got to back off and be an observer. It's like this in Houston, Texas. A lot of traffic. Very overwhelming. Again, if you just popped in, we're at the airport, and we're dealing with a lot of interstate, out-of-state people coming into the country. So we're trying to back off. We haven't even went to the downtown area. I wouldn't wish you, if you were my enemy, to see that, but unfortunately, we're going to have to go through this. We don't have time to go the opposite way. That's going to take us an hour out of the way. Try not to aggressively tailgate. This turn is really sharp, and we don't want to lose control. That guardrail is broken because the client hit that guardrail. Slow down. Okay, we got the yellow line to the left. That's the left side of the road. And then we have the white line to the right. You as the driver, if you're tired, you can end up going the wrong way and cause a head-on collision. I hate this type of maneuvers. And then we're going to get to the fast lane and pick us up. Examiners don't want you to do this. They want you to stay in the right lane, stay at the speed, and just be compliant like a sheep getting ready to go to slaughter. We're not going to do that. We're going to teach you what you need to do. And I want to create this video before it gets deleted, because examiners do not want you to see this. We're at about 70 right now. We're going to be going faster to get to the open lane. And we don't want to hang around slow-moving cars. So I'm going to speak truth to you. So we look, we check. Oh, you see all that? They're both dumb. I don't want to be behind this dumb car. They almost crashed. So you saw what happens if you don't pay attention out here. People are driving dumb. I'm going to get over one lane gradually on purpose. See, they're dumb. They're doing dumb stuff. How are you driving? Stay away from dumb people like that. Okay, I'm going to get over one more lane to the left. You have to protect your interests. Other drivers won't. Don't rely on someone else to save you. A lot of people follow trucks, and you think they're going to take you to the Holy Land, the open highway. They're not. These truckers are there to make money. And if you're in their blind spot and they come over, it's your fault. So stay away from these truckers. I'm being extra careful. Don't cut off truckers. That's a dumb move. Like, this car's waiting until the last second. I already would have got over it. This little Kia. Still in the left lane, which is fine. It's really the passing lane, but we want to keep moving and stay in the open area. It is rush hour in the metro area: Metro Detroit, Metro Houston, Texas, Metro Los Angeles, California, Metro Chicago, Illinois. I-94, I-80 corridor. People are very cutthroat. They don't care. They have to get to work. They have to get home. They have to get to the airport. If you're scared to drive, then don't come out here at this time. There are a lot of people I know who have anxiety. We're at about 73. You can tell we're at 73 and the truckers at 70. They're supposed to be at 55, so you know they're not following the law. They're a gas tanker. Do you think I want to be around that? No way. We're at about 75 miles an hour. I'm going to speak truth to you. I'm going to stay in this lane. I don't want to be anywhere near this trucker in case he or she jackknifes, flips the truck. It will be a huge fire. We're at 79 right now. Doesn't feel like it, but we are. Within 5 or 10, they're not really going to mess with you. But if you go over that, if you go over what the flow of the traffic is doing, you will be pulled over. I'm checking the warning sign. The left lane ends. I'm sorry, the right lane ends. I'm good. I'm safe. I'm taking my time. We're still at about 78 miles an hour. There's a lot of semi-truck debris, retreaded tires that have blown up, and that will take out your whole car. You got to really watch for all the debris. You can see it to the left. You'll see this in the city sometime, but more on the interstate. And we see all this debris. Because a lot of these trucking companies and truck drivers don't want to put the money into new tires. They use retreads, and I'm not against those. But if you are driving and you have to have your safety rely on, tires are the most important thing. But a lot of drivers don't pay attention. And then when you have a mechanical failure, you're like, can someone come save me? Forget that, bro. Save yourself, do your maintenance, do it early, do it often so your car does not let you down. I'm really trying to be serious now, but a lot of you want to depend on a towing company, AAA, some interstate service. All they're going to do is just take your money. You're going to pay a subscription fee, and then when your car does break down, it's only going to cover 20 miles. So you really have to know. We're at 74 miles an hour. This car ahead of us either needs to go faster or get over. We're at 70. We're actually losing speed, and this Kia is being slowed down by this other car. These cars need to speed up or get over. This is what builds road rage. There are about 10 cars behind me, and you can see these wrecked cars because people don't know how to drive. Yep. We're at 74 miles an hour. Stand in open lane, keep moving. This car does have, I see brake lights. This car does have lane keep assist. We're at 75. Now they're picking up. You need to drive at a speed that is safe and reasonable for the conditions on the road. We're at 73 again. The flow is about 70 miles an hour. You don't want to actively tailgate because if they panic stop, we're going to hit the Kia and the Kia is going to hit the Honda. And the Lincoln MKX is going to hit us. So I'm not trying to have a multi-rear-end collision. A lot of you don't drive real deep like I'm doing right now. So before this video gets deleted, you need to make copies. You need to watch this because it's really going to help you navigate in heavy traffic situations, because the DMV examiners do not want you to see this, so I'm showing it to you before it's deleted. We don't want to hang around these trucks. We have to keep moving. Thank God that car got over. Either this Kia is going to pick up or I'm going to change lanes. They're at 76. I'm surprised that thing can even go that fast. So do the general driving public a favor. Don't drive slow in the passing lane, and that's what this car is doing. And I'm going to look ahead. Oh my God, look at all this space. All they're doing is just holding people up. They're at 81 now. This car is straining. The car ahead of us. We're good. They can't drive because they're dropping speed down to 79. You want to find the lane that you're comfortable with. Okay, there's no sense in even following them. They should have got over. You're driving too slow. What are you doing? Okay? If you're going to be in the left lane, you got to push. And I'm going to get back over. And then I'm going to readjust my following distance. Don't drive slow in the passing lane. We can drive assertively with common sense. Don't be disrespectful on the road. I'm looking for open lanes to try to get to, but I'm not going to be a random lane changer. And I want to drive at the speed that is reasonable and safe. If you're late to the airport, late to your job, you're going to be cutting lanes back and forth. I used to do that a few years ago. I lost several jobs because of that. So you don't want to make the same mistake that I made. Get up early, get your coffee, get your mocha, whatever you need, and get ready. Because if you want to get a good job, you got to be early, dress professional, look nice. Because most of you will have a key fob, and then they record what time you come into work. One of the reasons why I got a great evaluation is because I always came early and I stayed late. And they record every time you leave. So you want to be that role model. And I'm not perfect. I have faults too. Now, we're squeezing brakes real easy. I'm not stopping hard because I'll burn up these brakes and then I won't be able to stop. This is where it sucks. In this traffic. We were driving in this stop and go traffic yesterday with some adults that I was driving. One young lady panicked. I told her to go right. She went left. I'm like, what are you doing? I had to turn the wheel back. And I saved us. I said, please make a right turn. She turned on the left turn signal and literally almost crashed. You do that on your road test, it's automatic failure. I'm telling you the things you need to do to pass your DMV test. I'm squeezing the brake. I'm not going to panic stop. Like this car, that's a cutoff. Okay, that's not a lane change. Keep room. When you look at these videos, the one that you can say, I'm a defensive driver. I keep room. I'm trying not to aggressively tailgate anyone. And I really want to keep moving. And I know many of you are like, I don't live in the area you live in, sir. Well, that's okay. You're still learning the skill sets. I don't live in the state you live in. I live in Florida. I'm in Texas. Okay, I'm in Montreal. That's okay. All of these areas have congestion. This is congestion. I had to take a client to the airport. There's nothing I can do. And if you're late, they will leave you. So you want to get there early. The TSA can search you, x-ray your bag. That's pressure, man. Like those guys and ladies cutting grass over there, I would never do that. I'm so scared that thing will flip over. Are you kidding? Oh, is that automatic? No freaking way. If I'm looking at this correctly, it looks like it's a robotic controlled mower. This freaking truck is going to block my view. Because I'm so scared that thing would tip over. It is automatic. It's a robot in there for that mower. That's crazy. It is a robot, man. Dang. Wasn't expecting that. So when your taxes go up, it's because the cities are using robot mowers instead of humans. I do have an enhanced license. We could go over to Canada. I'm not messing with them. We don't have time for that. I don't have anything illegal in the car, so I never have anything illegal in the car. That's one thing you should always be prepared, because if your car breaks down and law enforcement comes over, if they're going to check your car. It is 7:11 Eastern Standard Time where I am. What time is it where you are? We're at 53 miles an hour. I'm trying to keep space. And if you're one of those drivers that tailgates, all you're going to do is fail your test. Don't tailgate. Don't be aggressive. Ease on those brakes. Use threshold braking, just like I'm using now. You see how gradually we slow down? If you slam brakes 3 or 4 times, you're going to fail your test. Examiners are very forgiving, but they're human. We're vulnerable right now because we're stopped on the expressway, and you can get rear-ended because people fall asleep. I'm trying to keep my space. And when you're teaching new drivers, either they're going to tailgate aggressive like their mom and dad do. You have to stay focused when you're on. You have to stay focused when you're on this type of traffic. You lose focus, you're going to rear in a truck. Someone's going to rear in you. People don't care. A lot of people out here do not have insurance. And we talked about this yesterday. You have to have insurance. Every state is different. And a lot of drivers are just trying to live check to check. Okay? Live day to day. I'm not that type of person. You do have to do some planning, have money in the bank. The fact is, if Americans have an emergency, they don't have $1,000 saved up. Or car repair, house repair. And I know you guys don't want to hear this, but it's true. You need to have good equipment on your car. And your DMV examiner, they're expecting you to have a car with no broken windshield, your headlights and taillights work, you have insurance, you have a registration, you have your correct paperwork. And there are a lot of shady DMV examiners out here. I'm just going to speak truth to you. They'll just take your money, and then you won't learn how to navigate through this. I'm seeing traffic on the left. I'm not panicking. I'm trying to increase my following distance. That was the merger on the left. You normally don't see those. You see mergers from the right. So this is very educational for you. We're at 61 miles an hour. 1 in 7 of you will fail your test because you don't have good speed control. You don't have good lane positioning. You turn into the wrong lane. Turn into your nearest lane. Stop tailgating. Stop being aggressive. What is your problem? We're at 67 now. We're trying to get away from this traffic. Trying to stay in an open lane. That convertible BMW is nice, but it's got blind spots because of the convertible top. I see the burgundy vehicle, but I'm not staring at it. A lot of you will stare at vehicles. See, they're too close. See that? That's stupid, man. Why do people do this? When you see stupid things, you've got to get out of the way. But I'm sorry, a lot of you don't know when you see dangerous or stupid things. So I got to explain it to you. Keep moving. Don't lag behind slow-moving cars. Try to stay in an open area just like we are now. If you don't feel comfortable in this lane, get to the middle, but you're going to have to deal with semi-trucks. They're a whole new danger. If you don't feel comfortable with that, get to the right, but now you're going to be cut off by cars merging on. Trying to turn really easy. If I turn hard, I'm going to hit the wall to the left, or I'll swerve into the semi-truck. So don't lock up on the wheel. A lot of you will panic steer, and these curves will expose you. So if you're in an area of the country where there are a lot of curves, and you have to get an expressway, you're going to get marked down. I'm lifting my foot because I don't want to hit this vehicle. See what happens? These fools behind me are tailgating me. I hate this. There are 3 or 4 cars ahead that need to get over. This person's got a scat pack and they think scat pack wide body. They think they can just dominate the road. If you notice people who have aggressive vehicles like this, okay, this person's going to hit the gas and go about 130. I had an SRT Jeep built with a 426 spraying a 600 shot of nitrous, so those vehicles have no match. But you get tired of the insurance and the tires and the brakes and the gasoline to run a vehicle like that. So you have to decide what works in your budget. If you want to have a nice car like that, wide body scat pack, that black one, costs about $65,000. You need to first think, my car's gonna get stolen when I bring it home. Number 2, I'm gonna be out here stunned around, drifting, tearing up those Pirellis. That car to the right has Pirellis. That beautiful scat pack. And then it's got the Grimbo brakes. You got about 500 horsepower. Mine was 700 without the nitrous. And all-wheel drive. That car's rear-wheel drive. So it's one of the most popularly stolen vehicles. You can see how aggressive they are. We're at about 69, no cap. So when you see a person like that with a high-performance vehicle, you got to realize, what are they going to do? See how they tap the gas? See how they go? Bam. But you realize the game if you're going to get a vehicle like that. It's a high-profile vehicle. Maintenance isn't crazy. Insurance. But a lot of young people who try to show out get that, and you have it one summer because you smashed it. One person went airborne and smashed their car into a wall at a store. I'm going to try to find it, and I'll link it. It is a nice vehicle, but I don't need problems like that. I really don't. Problems are insurance, problems are tires, Grimbo brake pads, and a theft device. Because my truck got stolen. I had a SS Trailblazer built LS2, set up for nitrous. My brother said, hey, You got a high performance vehicle. It's a high profile vehicle. You need to watch your back. I didn't listen to him. I was stupid. Less than a year later at work, it got stolen. If you don't believe me, you got to search back on my channel. I have a video. I think it's on my own phone. They stole the truck. It was on the security camera. My boss said, hey, we found a video of them stealing your truck. I was so mad. And there were young clients around. I wanted to kick the wall and knock down the chair because they stole my vehicle. And I said, I worked hard for that. And why are people stealing my car, my truck? I was at a bad place, and then we got a Chrysler 300, and then someone hit us in the door. It's a bad point in my life. So you can't have anything nice because people always want to try to take it or cut it up or scratch it. Just haters out here. We're at about 65. I'm trying to keep moving. That's a government vehicle. Nope, it's not Elon in there. Trying to take my time. These cars need to be going faster if they're going to be in the left lane. Slow moving traffic stays in the middle or right. And you see semi trucks. They're doing, this is just like in Chicago, I-94 corridor, I-80 corridor. And if you guys have been driving on that I-80, I-94 corridor, put in yes. Or, you know, what expressways are by you. We're at 66. That black vehicle up there needs to get over so we can keep moving. Don't be that driver who's holding up everyone. So a semi-truck came over. I can't mess around with them. A semi-truck is moving faster than us. What does that tell you? That black car needs to step on the gas or get over. There are about 6 cars ahead of me. That black car needs to just get over so we can just keep moving, man. If you're very nervous and gripping the wheel, thank you. If you're very nervous and gripping the wheel, your DMV examiner, they'll mark you down. I'm looking for an open spot, and then I'm going to pass out this mess. Okay, people slowly getting over because they're getting irritated. You saw that GMC up there. Don't hold traffic up. That's another big thing I see as a tester, a driving instructor. Don't hold traffic up. Keep moving. Get over so we all can drive. The next is this U-Haul. A lot of people get these U-Hauls and they drive it like a car. It's a truck. And I drove one with a manual. And if you don't know how to drive a manual, you're going to blow up the transmission. Thank God I learned. See that black car up there? 1, 2, 3. That black Jeep up there. Just get over. Stop holding people up, man. Why are you driving slow? And there are about 10 cars behind me. You don't see it, but I do. That's a little pressure on me. Let's get over. I'm looking for open spots so I can pass, but I can't right now, so I'm really frustrated. And that's okay to express your frustration. Because if you keep it in, you're going to end up road raging, getting mad, high blood pressure, panicking, and getting nervous. And people do know what they're doing, but they make a choice just to irritate others. They do a delivery. That's a Ken or a Karen. See, they're getting over too. Slide over so I can keep moving. Thank you. I'm just trying to scan. That semi-truck is carrying some really big equipment. Heavy load, wide load. Don't want to mess with them. That looks dangerous. So stay away from the semi-trucks carrying those heavy loads. They can't stop. They'll just run over your car. And one of the most common type of accidents is a rear end collision or side swipe. I don't know how old you guys are. Look at my analytics. There are a lot of young people under 25 looking at this. And then the next biggest category is that 25 to 35. And then we have that old group. We're not mad at you. Keep your space. I was looking at one of my comments. Sometimes you can be a little harsh to other drivers on the road. Yes, but also you have to speak truth, because I'm really trying to navigate safely, and you don't see me cutting off people. You don't see me aggressively tailgating, and you don't see me road raging. I try to give you a realistic, balanced view, and you got to be true to yourself. We're at 71. I could have hit 80 and got to the middle, cut off cars. You will never see me doing that on my video. Never. Because I'm not built like that. But thank you for speaking your truth. I respect you for saying that. And I'm just sitting back here taking my medicine, not cutting off semi-trucks. Thank you. I appreciate you. And thank you for speaking your truth. Now, I can get over one lane, pick up speed. See? That's what you're supposed to do. That black Jeep got over. See? Now, I'm moving better without being a menace to myself, right? Or a menace to others. I'm off the gas because I'm coming up really fast on this white Chevy. And I realized the power of showing people what to do. And I want to be that positive role model. I'm human too, just like all of you. We have up days and down days. And I realize when you put out content, I'm going to get over one lane. When you put out content, it's for the whole world to judge. Some of you will have your opinions. You did the right thing, you did the wrong thing. And I appreciate that. It takes a lot of truth, because every day people are leaving comments. 99% are really good. That 1%, you don't know what you're doing. Get over. Why you sitting in the left lane? So everyone has critique points, but that's okay. I make this for the general good. And if you want to critique me, that's fine. It's called constructive criticism. And some of you can handle that and some of you can't. And what I've learned, you don't let your emotions get in the way. Occasionally you do have flare-ups. People like me driving to Chicago, Illinois. A car cut over 3 lanes from the right and almost cut me off. I went crazy because I felt it was such a dangerous maneuver that really put me in danger. So now I'm going to get over, see me accelerating through, and if I want to move faster, I can pass these vehicles, and I can just keep moving. And that's the way it should look like. Speaking back to Chicago, I laid on my horn and I was really upset. I'm going to get over one lane. Let's take my time. And on these curvy roads, they really expose you as a driver. You'll lose points if you drift to the left. Every state is different. Some states have point systems on their road tests. Our state is 24. Some states are 18. Some states are 15. I'm just taking my time, trying to maneuver really easy. I've seen a car crash. Look at the traffic on the opposite side, man. Thank God we're not in that mess. That's why you want to leave early. But I owe it to you to prepare you and get you ready for what you're going to face. And then you're going to drive the way you want. You're going to look at my videos. You're going to be a portion of your mom, a portion of your dad, or your uncle, whoever taught you how to drive. And we're trying to teach you good driving behavior for the long run. Right? Anyone can drive good for the moment to take the test, but can you drive 90 days later? 365 days later? It takes 10,000 hours to become an expert. 10,000. Like this semi-truck, I don't know how to drive this truck. I would crash. I can't back it into a loading dock. Eventually I could. I know how to drive a manual, but that's an 18 speed. So I'm not going to pretend I know how to drive a semi-truck. I don't. I could drive it to, save my life, but I can't drive it to make a living because I was not trained. And training is upwards of $5,000, $10,000, or $20,000. So I'm not going to pretend like, don't pretend when you're out here. Okay, I don't know anything about crypto. I don't know anything about cameras. My area is driving and driving education. But don't be a menace. Don't put yourself out there. And the I-94, I-80 corridor is very narrow. These are older expressways. You see all the semi-truck traffic. Some of these tires, use the blinker, some of these tires on these vehicles are not in the best shape. And they have to check their tires every morning to have 110 pounds of pressure. And then once I pass this burgundy Kia, I'm going to get over it. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. Look over my shoulder, I check my mirrors. I made a nice lane change. That's what you're supposed to do. They're just drifting over. That's scary, bro. It's just lazy. Look at this. All right, what are they doing? Bro, see, get away from them. Get away from them. What are they doing? I mean, just drifting. Over there eating. Put a napkin on his face. Stay away from that. And this is part of the defensive driving. And if you look back the last 30, 45 days of my videos, it's about defensive driving. Being aware. That guy's over there putting a napkin on his face. He drifted over from the right to the middle, almost to the left. I had to change lanes back. I'm scanning ahead. I see all this. See? And now I have to get on brakes because if you're going to make a lane change to the left, pick up speed. This is going to force me to slow down. I have momentum. I'm trying to keep moving. And either they're going to pick up or get over. And now I'm losing speed. And let's just keep moving. I know you hear that turbo boost kick in. So you can make your own assumptions. And again, I'm trying to be consistent. I'm not speeding. I'm trying to stay in open lane. And every rule and law is different based on your state. And then next, these this truck with these big mirrors. Come on, man. Come on. No. This is crazy. What are you doing? Get that mess out of here, bro. We're in the left lane. You should be able to tell because we have the yellow line on our left. If we were all the way in the right, we would have the white line. What's up, LaShonda? How are you doing? Haven't talked to you in a minute. How you been? We're talking about some of the DMV tips that they don't want you to know. They're going to delete this video. So before they delete it, I need you to watch this. I'm going to get over one lane to the right because you see everything is getting really backed up now. And I'm trying to be safe and I'm trying to keep moving. I'm not late. I just dropped off a client at the airport. There was big traffic coming back through the metro area. This great car's cutting off everyone in a hurry. Yes, I'm doing really good. We're in the heart of driver's ed season. I got 20 adults. I'm teaching 5 on the side. I'm in a better place than I was last year this time because I tend to try to make as much money as possible and I run myself in the ground getting tired. That shortens your life really quick. And as an African-American male, our life expectancy is already short, the shortest. So I'm trying to increase the odds by getting more rest, going to my doctor, taking care of myself, because no one's going to do it except for me. So I'm trying to lead by example. And I'll look back at all this 100 years from now, my family will say, wow, you know, he did this, he helped people. So you got to take care of yourself. I'm in a good spot, did really good at the job, got a $3,500 bonus, got a great evaluation. There's some areas I need to improve in. So I'm building a new AI learning profile. We're going to be updating our driver's ed simulator. I'm going to be ordering some new computer parts, the AMD 9950 X3D, and then we're going to get the Asus Apex motherboard. That's one of the top end ones. I think I'm going to order from the UK. They seem to have the products there, and I need more computer power for the AI models, for the driver's education simulator. About every 3 years, we do upgrade our technology. Let me switch screens. We do upgrade our technology. See, I'm going too fast in this curve, bro. Ashonda, you distracted me. I'm playing. Okay, so, you know, I was velocitized, and that's what happened to me in Illinois. I came off that curve, bro, I almost crashed. And then several weeks ago, LaShonda, I was invited to the NHRA event in Joliet, Illinois. They fed me. I used my camera, my Sony, that thing is my Canon LS3 or LS2. And you're good. Okay. So I'm gonna switch screens again. But you know, God has been good. I put together my lean business plan to get a grant to get a couple electric vehicles, either a Ford Mark-E or a Tesla. And then we're going to help people who've been incarcerated get their license back, do some job training. My son went back down to Texas. He had an opportunity with the arena football team. He got $1,000 this past week. And then they're in the championship, our first year arena football team. And they're going to be in the championship on Monday. It's going to be on YouTube. I'll put that link in. He could end up getting an arena football ring. And this car does not fast, so you can see how slow it is. But this is a teachable moment. I don't want to go too fast and cut off the cars, but I don't want to go too slow and hold up cars. Your tester won't tell you this. They'll just mark you down. Use a freaking blinker. The Ford F-150 did not. So in other areas, we dropped off the client. The client is my daughter. She's going to Austin, Texas for a real estate seminar. She was picked by her boss. She's the real estate agent of the year. So she's living that entrepreneur lifestyle, because when you sell real estate, you live or die by commission. If you sell houses, you eat like a queen or a king. You don't, you're a peasant. So she's building up her clientele. She sold about 8 houses. She is 22. She wants to kind of be married by, 30, a couple kids. So everyone's different. These younger generation, I want to be married. At this time, I want to have twins. I want to live here, live there. I'm like, well, you got to have your plan. Should you leave a little late for the airport? Well, that put pressure on me. I don't like to drive excessively fast. I want to be smooth. I want to be safe. So far it's good. In the summer, driving is year round. People are always learning. We do driving all times of the year. I want to show you these cars. Let's see who uses the blinker. Let's see who doesn't. The Chevy truck did not. The black Impala did not. Come on. And now they're going really slow. So now I have to slow down. This creates a chain reaction accident. Then also, LaShonda, I'm using AI for some other elements of the business. I don't want to divulge that right now. I really need to do my own AI server and have it operating in the back on the computer. So you didn't know that about me. You didn't know that I was deep into computers like that, right? Because no hack here, but DeepSeek, ChatGTP, some of those servers are not here in the United States. And I'm not hating on our people, no hate, okay? Because I have members in my family from the Middle East, from the Asian Pacific region, okay? We all get along good. So I'm not a hater. You know me. I'm not a hater because my great-great-grandmother's half Cherokee Indian. I saw the pictures. My grandmother showed me when I was little. She had long hair, right? She had long hair, thank you. She had long hair, and she was half black, half Native American. My grandmother showed me. She said, that's your great-great-grandmother. I'm like, okay, Grandma, right? So we live in a multicultural world. A lot of people don't want to see this. Different races and groups are getting smaller. Different races and groups. Black used to be the largest minority. We are not anymore. It's the Hispanic and Latino. Look it up, okay? In our lifetime, we'll probably have a Latino president. We won't have a female because you know what happened there, all right? So, but we want to do what's best for our country, and I understand the tariffs, but we're losing money. Okay, I'm an independent entrepreneur. Fuel costs, business costs. What's going on in Washington? Are they really in touch? No. Okay. And who I voted for is not really your business. I'm just saying, you got to work harder. I got a raise, but I got a $3,500 raise, but really it's like $1,000. Okay. Live within your means. I'm not rolling in a Cybertruck. I'm not rolling in a Ford Mach-E. If you look to the right, that's a Ford dealership. You got Ford Mach-E's, you got the Ford Lightnings, okay? Those cars and trucks are 80, 90, 100,000, way outside of the middle class businessman or businesswoman, okay? It's cheaper for me to buy a used vehicle, like some of that Mach-E Mustang. I could get that used one. That Ford, if you're listening, a brother is here. I don't want a handout. Okay. And then Kissy Parks, I'm giving her a shout out. She helps people locate government contracts. Okay. I made a really wide turn. Sorry about that. I'm human too. But I'm just talking real to you. And some of you don't want to hear this, and some of you do want to hear it. But I'm not going to complain about what's happening in China, India. I'm just going to look at what's going on in the United States. How can I help my adult and teen drivers manifest a job, learn how to drive? Okay, you got to quit being scared. A lot of clients I'm driving are in their early 20s and late 30s. The longer you wait, the more difficult you're going to get busy. You might have a child at a young age. Your mom and dad love you, but they're tired. Real talk. They are tired of taking you around different areas. I'm being honest with you. Some of you don't want to hear that. Because I talk to my clients all the time. Like this little plaza, you got the little Massage parlor, you know what they be doing up in there. Jimmy John's, okay? Intimate ideas. Come on, man. You know what they doing up in here, okay? A lot of these massage parlors are being busted, bro. And you're looking at a construction site right now. It's $1 million a mile to do this. I'm going to go over information the examiners don't want me to go over. So you got to listen right now. I can't show you this, but I can read it. And this is what the examiners don't want me to share. It is my recommendation that your adult or teen, after completing at least 6 hours of behind-the-wheel instruction, has acquired the knowledge and skills and aptitude to operate a motor vehicle within the given highway transportation system when accompanied by a licensed guardian or adult 21 or over. The next steps for you and your teen or adult to visit the Secretary of State branch office and apply for level 1. It is important for parents and guardians to provide at least 50 hours. Some of your guardians won't even do that. Oh, I'm too busy. I don't have the time. Let your mother do it. Your mom and dad are not taking that personal responsibility. And that's why you're going to crash the car, get tickets, insurance is going to go up, and ultimately you could take your own life. I don't want that to happen to you. So you need to be listening to this before they delete this video, because the examiners and insurance companies don't want you to hear this. But I'm going to speak to you and tell you. And you put your own comments down. 50 hours are required supervised driving practice with their adult or teen to help give you tools and guidance necessary to teach your adult or teen. Mom or dad or uncle or aunt